President Charles Evans Hughes. This is an incident from American history. The setting is Bridgehampton, New York. The time is November 1916.
Wonder if I should shave off my beard.
Goodness.
I don't want to look old-fashioned.
The people voted for you as you are, Charles. Let's not give them a fright.
Aren't you curious to see me clean-shaven?
Let's not give me a fright either.
You mustn't tease me anymore, my love. It don't befit my new status.
Well, surely the First Lady has some privileges.
True. Tease away.
Oh, I can't do it on command.
Not even for your commander-in-chief?
Oh, my bosom is too busy swelling with pride.
As is mine, my love. I owe you so much. Are you going to fight me or kiss me?
Oh, piffle. I'm perfectly capable of doing both.
In all seriousness, Antoinette, I couldn't have swung this without you.
I only did what any self-respecting wife should do.
Oh, give yourself credit. You're a pioneer.
Me? Rugged?
No woman ever joined her husband on the campaign trail before.
More fools them.
You were a sight to behold. Presiding over the railway carriage, dispensing pearls of wisdom.
Loganberry juice and chocolate cookies.
They hit the spot. You're the Republican Party's greatest asset.
If a hostess can dazzle a dinner party, she can dazzle a country. The only difference is scale.
I feel an urge to celebrate early.
Must you, dear? That thing will be the death of you.
An occasional cigar is perfectly harmless.
I'm not referring to the cigar. I mean that newfangled, wonder-like contraption. It
Well,
may
you-
explode in your face.
Oh, you old stick in the mud.
It's a wife's duty to have a conservative approach to keeping her husband alive.
Well, we must at least appear to be progressive.
Well, I am progressive where it counts. Rights for women.
Ah, you want to be allowed to smoke in the street.
Not personally. Besides, there's much more pressing issue.
Well, more and more states are granting women the vote.
Well, they still lag in providing us with enough public toilets.
Well, there's a reason for that.
Well, I know. A patriarchal conspiracy to keep us from straying too far from home.
Well, we wish to respect feminine modesty.
Yeah. Try respecting our bladders.
Sorry to interrupt, Mr. Hughes.
Tut, Mr. President.
Oh, has the final result come in?
We're just waiting on California.
Oh, purely a formality.
Oh, what a day! By all the saints in heaven, you won't believe who's come a-calling.
Calm down, Peggy.
Well, you must expect all manner of visitors from now on.
I never dreamed I'd see not in the flesh like.
Well, who is it?
Only the most famous person in a whole entire world.
You're joking.
No, in our front parlour, large as life, though a wee bit shorter than I imagined.
Don't that beat all? Woodrow Wilson, come to concede the election in person.
Well, be gracious in victory, Charles. No gloating.
Well, you can't begrudge me a discreet smirk.
No, it's not President Wilson. Lord love ya, it's Mary Pickford.
Mary Pickford?
The movie star!
I know who Mary Pickford is.
That's more than I do, Mrs. Hughes. Sometimes I still think of myself as plain Gladys Smith from a slum in Toronto.
Well, welcome to the Hamptons, dear.
To what do we owe this pleasure?
I'm kind of on a mission.
Well, let me guess. You wish to secure the movie rights to my husband's life story.
Maybe another time. Today my errand is political.
Well, you're quick to get off the mark. Seeking favors already.
Peggy, make some tea, please.
And cake, Mary? You always look so hungry on the screen.
Oh, you're so kind. I'm always afraid of coming across as pudgy.
Oh, never! You were gorgeous and Tess.
Thank you, Peggy. That will be all.
But my favorite is willful Peggy.
I too am a fan, Miss Pickford. I'll be happy to grant any reasonable request.
Oh, zowie.
In due course. Unfortunately, my inauguration is a long 4 months away.
Now, that's exactly why I'm here.
Please go on.
I don't usually get involved in politics. I was tapped on the shoulder and asked to lend a hand.
Same thing happened to me.
Really?
Well, I never set out to be president. I was content to be the justice of the Supreme Court till the party offered me the nomination. I felt obliged to embrace my destiny.
Some have greatness thrust upon them.
Well, that will be for history to decide, my love. One must be patient.
Sometimes it helps to nudge things along.
Miss Pickford, would you like to get to the point?
Sure thing. I'm here on behalf of President Wilson.
Well.
He has an offer to make.
A bit late for that. Besides, it's customary for the loser to concede defeat unconditionally.
Woodrow is aware his maneuver is unorthodox. That's why he picked me as a go-between. He hopes I'll charm you into hearing him out.
They call her America's sweetheart, Charles. Let's see if she can sweet talk you.
Listening is one of the duties of my office. Proceed.
Oh, Woodrow has finally come to accept the inevitable.
As if I've left him any choice.
I'm talking about the war. Woodrow's campaign slogan was, "He kept us out of the war," but he realizes now the Germans will never stop their submarine attacks. Eventually, America will have to join the fight, maybe very soon. We need someone at the helm. If the people have chosen you, he's willing to step down.
What arrogance! I'm booting the fellow out.
He means if you've been elected to the presidency today, you shouldn't have to wait 4 months to start the job. He'll grant you full powers immediately.
We can't change the rules.
No, but he can get around them.
How?
Lansing will resign as Secretary of State. Woodrow will appoint you to the role. Then Marshall will resign the vice presidency and Woodrow will resign. You will automatically become president with full powers straight away.
Marshall might go quietly, but Lansing won't.
Oh, yes, he will, for the good of the country.
Well, this all sounds very generous, Charles.
No, I'm not buying it.
Why not?
On March 4, I'll be the most powerful man in the world. I'd sooner not begin my administration beholden to 3 rivals.
They aren't asking for anything in return.
They're asking me to do their bidding, to make them look noble in the history books. They sacrificed their ambition. Nope. I'll reserve that glory for myself. I'll sacrifice my ambition. Temporarily. Lame Duck Wilson can limp on till March, when I take over, beholden to no man.
You can't be so petty.
How dare you take that tone? You're talking to the President of the United States.
I know studio bosses who are less pig-headed.
You insolent baggage.
Ignore her, Antoinette. She won't be America's sweetheart for much longer once I exert my influence.
So you're vindictive, too.
The Constitution grants me substantial power. I'll enjoy wielding it.
A telegram, sir, marked urgent.
Oh, give it here, girl.
California?
Wilson's.
Oh, what a crying shame.
God bless Hollywoodland.
Leave this house.
Gladly. Oh, cheer up, Hughes. You can go back to being a Supreme Court, what was the word? Justice.
Oh, Mary, will you sign my journal?
Oh, sure. Oh, by the way, Peggy, I'm on the lookout for a new maid. Are you interested?
Oh, would that be disloyal, Mrs. Hughes?
Unforgivably. You're discharged.
Hurrah!
Right.
End of play.
At Rise, the king's right-hand man, Master Thomas Cromwell, is sitting in his office reviewing paperwork. He's investigating Anne, second queen of Henry VIII, for treason and adultery. Servant enters.
Lady Rochford.
Lady Rochford enters. Welcome, Lady Rochford.
Good morning, Master Cromwell.
Please sit if you would. I trust you are well in spite of your trouble.
Yes, I'm well, thank you, sir.
Interview with Jane, Viscountess Rochford, wife of George Viscount Rochford, brother of Anne, by God's grace, the Queen of England. You must be worried about your husband.
Yes, sir.
And your sister-in-law, the Queen.
Yes, sir.
Do you know why they were arrested?
No, sir.
Okay. Let me enlighten you. The Queen's Grace has been charged with high treason, adultery, witchcraft in compact with the devil, imagining the death of the king, conspiracy to assassinate the king's daughter, Lady Mary, and conspiracy to assassinate Henry, the Duke of Richmond and Somerset, natural son of the king. The Queen has also been charged with committing adultery with the musician Mark Smeaton, with Sir Henry Norris, and various and sundry other gentlemen of the King's court. Lord Rochford, your husband, has been charged with treason, conspiracy to commit treason, and with unlawful sexual intercourse. I'm sorry to have to break this news to you.
Thank you.
Please rest assured that you are not accused with them. His Grace, the Duke of Norfolk, the Queen's uncle, is assisting me in conducting this investigation, and he vouches for your chastity and loyalty to the King's Grace.
I am grateful for His Grace's commendation. I am a true and faithful subject of the King.
I have no doubt of that, Lady Rochford. The reason I have summoned you here is to ask you just a few questions about your relationship with your husband. Has Lord Rochford been a good husband to you?
He's always treated me kindly.
I have heard it said that you have no children because your husband neglects you in favor of others.
I have twice been with child, Master Cromwell. I miscarried early on both occasions. It is not widely known at court.
My apologies, Lady Rochford, for drudging up painful memories. How long has it been since your most recent pregnancy?
Nearly 2 years.
2 years and no more pregnancies. Are you not trying for another child? Have the two of you given up so easily?
No, sir, the Lord has not seen fit to grant us children as of yet.
Your husband does not neglect his duty to you.
No, sir. He comes to me twice a week at least.
I should think he would come more frequently than that. You're a beautiful woman, if you will forgive my frankness.
Thank you for the compliment, but we are no longer newlyweds. I know few women who are 8 years married whose husbands come to them more than that. My lord husband is in service to the king, and at times his duties take him far from home.
Quite. So you never suspected your husband of infidelity?
No,
Come now. Lord Rochford is notorious. Not a day goes by but I don't hear another salacious story about his dealings with women. And worse.
I cannot speak to what you hear.
Don't be impudent. This is an investigation for treason, and I will have the truth from you.
I am telling the truth.
For your scene. Yeah, I will.
Excuse me, could you please mute? Jack, could you please mute? Okay. Don't be impudent. This is an investigation for treason, and I will have the truth from you.
I am telling the truth.
You have never quarreled with his lordship about his affairs? You've never grumbled to the Queen's ladies or to the Queen herself about his neglect of you?
I may have reported a quarrel when I was in low spirits. What wife does not?
So you admit you and Lord Rochford have quarreled?
It was nothing serious, the kinds of arguments all couples have.
About what? Let me advise you, I have spoken to many of the Queen's ladies, and some have reported your words to me.
Oh, at times I thought he was gambling too much, staying out late with his friends.
Are you sure his lordship was with friends and not lovers?
Yes.
How? You were not there with him, I take it?
Many people saw him coming with the king's grooms. Words got back to me, and he told me himself. My lord husband has always been forthright with me.
Has he been forthright about fornicating with the Queen?
I beg your pardon.
Lord Rochford has been charged with engaging in incestuous acts with the Queen.
That is a disgusting accusation. Who says this?
We have it from my lady, the Countess of Worcester, a most honest and truthful noblewoman.
Lizzie Brown said that? I'm sorry. Lady Worcestershire?
You know her well enough for such familiarity? Then you know of her excellent excellent character.
I thought I knew her character, but not now. No one of any sense would entertain such a notion, let alone repeat it.
The king believes the truth of it. Are you saying the king has no sense?
No, of course not.
Then if the king believes it, it must be true. Is that correct? Or are you saying that you are smarter than the king, wiser than the king, that you and not the king are God's representative on earth, and we should all bow down to you instead of him?
The king knows best. If the king said it happened, it happened.
So you admit that your brother committed incest with the queen?
As the king already knows the answers to your questions, why do you ask me?
We need to be sure of your loyalty, Lady Rochford. If we can be sure of that, you and your Parker relations will be protected. You will continue to be styled Lady Rochford after your husband loses his title, and you will continue to receive support from the crown if he is sentenced to death. But we need to be sure of you. You are the wife of a traitor and the sister of a traitor. You must have knowledge of some act of treason by Lord Rochford or the Queen. If you share nothing, I can only conclude that your loyalty is to them and not to the king. Give me something, Lady Rochford, and you have nothing to fear. Otherwise, there is room on the block for your head. as well as Lord Rochford's.
I know of nothing improper between my lord husband and the Queen's Grace.
Then what do you know? Shall I sign this warrant for your arrest as well?
The only thing that could possibly... My lord husband repeated something that should never have been said.
What did he repeat to you?
He told me that the Queen's Grace told him that the king is unmanned. He told me that she said the king has neither skill nor potency in his relations with his wife.
Thank you, Lady Rochford. That will be all. Before you go, just one more thing. I'm glad you're no wife of mine. You're lucky if the king does not have you burned. Disloyalty to one's husband constitutes petty treason.
You gave me no choice.
I think a wife should follow her husband to hell itself rather than betray him, even if it means sacrificing her family.
I am loyal to God and to the King's Grace. That takes precedence.
Good. Relax, Lady Rochford. I was merely testing you. You did well. The king will be pleased with you, and so am I. Lady Rochford exits. Bint.
Lady Worcester.
Send her in.
I like that. That was good.
A Stinging Affair, the finale. Written by Tasmin Jahan. Scene 9. It is late night. Michael and Renee, also known as Tara, are at the dilapidated country house. They are sitting in a sparsely furnished room, just 2 chairs and a small table. Michael watches Renee closely as she takes her last puff and stubs out her cigarette on the table.
Michael, let's try this again, shall we? It's abundantly clear that Emily doesn't love you as much as you love her. Otherwise, why would she change the locks to your house?
I don't want to talk about it anymore.
Are you still sulking about it, Sweet Pea?
Don't call me Sweet Pea.
You poor thing. I feel sorry for you.
I never wanted to meet you, but Jack insisted. Apparently you're supposed to make me feel better about myself.
Why don't you like me?
Tara, please. This is not what I'm looking for.
But I really want to help you.
Please don't get too close to me. I'm feeling anxious as it is. Just stay away from me.
Nobody would know if we...
Tara, you're scaring me.
I would never scare you. I can only look at you with loving eyes. You're not Jack. You're not as selfish and nasty as he is.
Oh, really?
Because you're so kind and caring, I'm attracted to you even more.
How can you say such a thing when you know I'm married?
But you're married to a crazy bitch who hates you. Jack gave me the lowdown.
She is not a crazy bitch. Watch your mouth. She doesn't hate me.
You're such a lovely guy. You know you can do better than Emily.
It's none of your business. And if better means a life with somebody like you, then no thanks.
Jack said, once she emotionally cripples you, she's going to take everything you own, right down to the last penny.
No, she won't.
Yes, she will.
No, she won't, because she knows how much I love her. I really miss the Emily I married. I'm willing to be patient with her because I just want her back.
Are you absolutely 110% sure this is what you want?
Without a shadow of a doubt.
Very well then. Look, Michael, as it's just you and me out here in the countryside without a soul to disturb us, I think it's about time you were made aware of a few things.
Why should I believe you?
Because I am the only one who will tell you the truth about what's going on.
You mean you're gonna make it up as you go along?
Jack is not your friend.
Oh, really?
You have to believe me.
You don't have to fill these silences with your lies. I'm perfectly happy to sit quietly here until Jack returns.
I'm trying to help you see sense.
You don't get it, do you?
Get what?
He's my best friend. He's the only one who understands what I'm going through. Do you know what it's like when your marriage is hanging by a thread?
Please, listen to me. Jack is not who you think he is.
He's been so kind to me and so supportive in more ways than one. I've only known you for like 2 minutes. I don't have much faith in strangers.
Fair point. So, does that mean you would trust Jack with your life?
You know I would.
In that case, I think for the sake of your sanity and for my sister's honor, I should do the right thing and start over.
Sister's honor?
Marissa is my sister.
What? Jack's wife is your sister?
It's a long story. Marissa and I haven't spoken in years, but it's all because of Jack. He made sure that we hated each other enough so that he could use both of us to hide his real identity.
Save your lies for somebody else.
Fine, don't believe me, but you'll see.
What did you mean by start over?
Michael, my name is actually Renee. I'm on a job right now, and you are the job.
Excuse me?
I promised £10,000 to keep you company, take you away from Emily, and indulge in whatever takes your fancy.
£10,000 to keep me company? What a charming story.
5,000 has already been paid in cash, and the remaining after we sleep together.
Are you out of your mind?
It's the whole truth and nothing but the truth, sweet pea.
Stop calling me that.
I wish someone would love me. I have so much love to give.
If you keep playing games, you'll never find love.
You honestly believe that you found your true love with Emily?
It's different with us. We have history together.
History is usually cruel.
History gives everyone and everything a place, whether you like it or not.
I guess your marriage was an act of desperation. You're clearly not compatible.
How dare you? I'm done talking to you. I really can't tolerate stupid and insensitive people.
Who are you calling stupid? And in fact, you are the stupid one.
Where's the nearest bus stop? I need to get out of here.
There's no bus stop for miles and miles. Sit down.
No, I don't want to stay here for another second.
Jack hasn't called yet. He said he'd call when he's done, remember?
I can't believe this is happening to me. I wonder why it's taking so long.
I think I have an idea of why he's taking so long.
Tell me, otherwise I'll walk. I'm sure at some point I'll find some bus stop.
Just sit down, will you?
There's no need to raise your voice like that.
It's too cold outside.
What difference does that make? It's cold inside this eerie place anyway.
Do you want a cigarette?
I told you I don't smoke.
Does Emily smoke?
Unfortunately, she does.
What a shame.
Meaning?
You could have been a friend over a cigarette or two. Could have helped shape your relationship better.
Emily is trying to give up.
It's just a line to get you off her back.
You calling Emily a liar now?
No, I didn't say that.
I wish I had good signal out here so I just could call Emily and apologize.
About what?
Jack's dumb idea about meeting you. She went absolutely mad when you left that message. Jack had no right to give you my number.
You know, I'm done listening to your complaints and your misery.
I'm so sorry my life bothers you, but this is the reality I'm living in, so just leave me alone.
I can see that you're quite stressed right now, so take off your jacket.
What?
Take off your shirt.
I'm not going to take off my jacket or...
It's just a relaxing massage. It will definitely help calm your nerves.
No, thank you. I just want to get back to Emily.
You will. Eventually.
Stay away from me. Please stop this forceful behavior. Don't you get it? I just want my life back. I just want to be happy with my family again. That's it.
Please don't get upset.
I don't need any more complications. I just want to find the love that I've lost. Please don't make it worse for me. I'm begging you.
Fine. We'll get some transport.
Where are we going?
Just
Where are we going?
Just follow me.
Scene 10. Michael and Emily's bedroom. Jack emerges from underneath the comforter. He lights up a cigarette. Emily looks at Jack affectionately. She is sitting next to him.
So my other name is Helen now?
Oh, stop. It's getting harder every day. Fortunately, Michael believes every word of it.
Excuses, lies, sudden anger, less patience, irrational behavior are all part of this privileged companionship. Once you choose this path, you're naturally susceptible to these awkward but necessary ways. None of these can be avoided.
Sometimes I think I only can be clever once or twice, not all the time.
This has nothing to do with wisdom. What we're doing is right. Your being with Michael is wrong. If you've asked him to change and he refuses to change, then the only solution is to move on.
I wish I could tell Michael right now.
Sometimes I wonder how Michael would react if he were to find out that the woman I've been calling Fiona all this time is actually called Emily.
He probably won't get it. You'll have to repeat it to him again and again and again until it sinks in.
Sometimes I do feel sorry for him, especially when he's pouring his heart out.
And you're trying not to roll your eyes, right?
Right.
Right. So, as you've said many times, I'm the very best thing that has ever happened to you, and Marissa doesn't even come close.
Absolutely.
When are you going to end it with her? I'm getting so sick and tired of sneaking around, making up stupid excuses of doctor's appointments, shopping with friends, and dinners with girlfriends.
My darling, I understand your frustration, but I have to make sure that Marissa has all access prohibited to my properties and accounts before we share our news. The legalities will take some more time.
What about Renee?
As discussed, Renee is now playing the role of Tara and hopefully enticing Michael enough so that you can leave him as soon as possible.
You should have seen his face when I accused him of having an affair with Tara. It was absolutely hilarious. And personally, I think I should have won an Oscar for that performance alone.
Oh, if I'd only been a fly on the wall.
Michael looks so very anxious and scared. Ooh.
Good.
Now it's down to Renee to work her magic.
She will. I've told her exactly what to do. But
what?
She's not the Renee I used to know before she went to prison. Those 4 years have changed her.
Meaning?
She's become a little more challenging and feisty.
Please tell me you put her in her place and nipped it in the bud.
I did.
I'd hate it if Renee ruins things for us.
I've paid her enough so that she doesn't ruin it for us.
Yesterday, the kids asked why Daddy looked so unhappy.
What did you say?
I said things weren't going well at work.
Did they believe you?
There were more questions.
You think they have any idea what's really going on?
No, they're too young to figure this out.
I was just thinking, what would happen if you were to walk in on us right now?
It would be the worst day of my life because of getting caught red-handed, and also the best day of my life because I wouldn't have to lie about us anymore.
True. A marriage vow should have the clause of till either finds someone else do us part. That would certainly make life a lot easier.
Isn't it weird? All your life, you're taught to follow your heart, follow your dreams, and people keep telling you where there's a will, there's a way, but what kind of way, nobody knows. I remember when I saw you for the first time, you looked so smart. And just after I'd said hello to you and you smiled at me, I thought to myself, what an awfully nice and well-spoken guy you were. I felt this sudden urge to talk to you the whole evening. I also remember you said dinner was divine and the company was breathtaking. I thought you were taking lessons in poetry.
I was trying to impress you. When I saw you for the first time, I thought you were very beautiful. And I thought to myself, Michael is a very lucky guy.
Do you remember that morning when you came over to return Michael's electric hedge trimmer and he wasn't home?
Yes, vividly. You were in your beige dressing gown. Really cover you up that well. I saw right through it.
I was about to get changed, but the moment I saw you at the door, I didn't care about what I was wearing.
That electric hedge trimmer was a good excuse to get you on your own.
And you couldn't keep your hands off me.
After that, every time Marissa stood in front of me, I saw your face. I kept comparing you to Marissa.
When Michael came home from work that day, I acted like the most affectionate and attentive wife in the world. I was feeling so guilty.
Every time I thought of you, I felt so happy.
And sometimes the love and the fun gets a bit serious, doesn't it?
That issue kept me up all night.
Thankfully, it was negative.
I was so relieved.
Once it's all out in the open, I can't wait to have our own baby.
Me too.
Who the hell's that?
Wait, let me take a look.
Be careful not to be seen.
Oh my God.
What is it?
It's Renee with Michael.
What the fuck are they doing here?
Well, if we don't open the door, they'll never find out what we're up to.
Yes, but if we don't open the door, we'll never find out what they're up to. This is not part of the plan.
You sure about this?
Just act as though you're here to discuss our ongoing marital issues.
On my own?
Say that you're protecting him by coming on your own.
Right.
Now, let's look decent. Good job. I changed the locks. Michael won't be able to burst in.
Scene 11. Jack composes himself. Emily opens the front door. Michael and Renee appear.
Emily, I'm so pleased you opened the door.
You've got a nerve bringing that slut here.
I thought that was your nickname.
Have you finished screwing with my husband now?
We've had a nice, heartwarming chat. Nothing screwy about that.
My head is throbbing with all this pressure. Emily, please believe me, this was Jack's idea. I had absolutely nothing to do with it.
Tara, why are you smiling like that?
It's interesting to see how things work out, isn't it?
You were supposed to wait for my call. Emily and I had a lot to discuss.
Wait a minute, Jack, what are you doing here?
I was trying to make Emily see sense about your marriage and how it's important to be there for the kids. When I said I had an important meeting, I was referring to this.
What an amazing performance, you two.
What performance?
What the hell is your problem?
It's time for change. I need to put myself first.
Don't make me laugh.
Are you on something?
Told me in the car she's going to surprise me. I'm even more confused than I was.
Tara.
It's Renee. Michael already knows.
If you say another word, I swear to God, I will kill you with my bare hands.
Michael, wouldn't it be nice if you could finally meet Fiona?
Why?
Renee, let's go.
Don't touch me.
I don't understand what's going on.
Fiona is standing right in front of you, Michael. Look at her. Isn't she pretty?
Oh, what a pile of fucking shit this is!
Fiona is Emily, and Emily is Fiona. Now do you get it?
What? Fiona is Emily?
She's lying.
How could I be lying when you accidentally mentioned it the other day and then begged me to keep it to myself?
Never told you anything.
Of course you didn't. I took the liberty of informing Marissa as well.
You what?
You told Marissa about us? Who the fuck do you think you are?
Fiona is Emily!
I always wanted to be someone who would end up in hell. I didn't realize that it would be you, Emily. Jack, for the record, I'm not going to be your fucking skivvy anymore. After today, you won't find me. So I wish you the very best in all your fucking endeavors. Ciao!
Clubs.
Brilliant. Well done, guys. Well done.
Exterior Brooklyn Street day. Lauren, female, 21 to 29, dressed in stylish business attire, strides across an intersection with her fiance, Dan, male, 21 to 29. Dan, with a stylish business haircut, is dressed in a three-piece suit. Both Dan and Lauren are entrenched on their cell phones.
Okay, what do you have?
Milan?
Milan? You have to be kidding. Are you even trying?
Of course I am.
Milan, the Bronx of Italy. No one goes there. No one goes to Italy anymore. Come on, think outside the box.
All right, I'm still looking.
It has to be better than Paula and Shane's wedding. I can't believe our two best friends planned their wedding in the same month as ours.
They did announce their plans before we did. I thought we were going to wait for your promotion.
Announcing a wedding at my birthday extravaganza. What kind of friends do that?
They got caught up in the excitement.
Excitement that I created on my birthday. That was my day. Paula stole that from me, and she's not getting away with it. We have to do whatever we can to make our wedding the event everyone will kill to attend.
Don't worry. Don't worry about it. We'll find the perfect destination.
Worried? I'm not worried. Antigua? They think Antigua is the end all? Everyone goes to Antigua. We have to find someplace new. We have to find a place no one has ever heard of. A place that our wedding will put on the map.
I've always admired your competitive drive, but that sounds like a tall order.
Lauren stops walking and lowers her phone to her side. Dan takes a few more steps, then turns back to Lauren.
Are you in this or not?
Sure, of course I am in. I was just thinking.
No, the only thinking you should be doing is how you are going to be the most talked about groom, marrying the most talked about bride at the most talked about wedding of the century.
No, nothing less. I am here for you.
Dan looks at his watch.
Okay. We do need to get moving, okay? Paula and Shane's engagement dinner will be starting soon.
Lauren looks over to the liquor store they have stopped in front of.
Well, you keep researching. I'm going to pick up some wine. I am not showing up empty-handed.
You never do. I'll grab a smoke.
Focus! You find us a destination.
Dan nods and continues to scroll through on his phone. Lauren enters the store. Teva male, 30 to 40, with scraggly hair and beard, wearing dingy clothing, rushes past Dan and enters the store. Dan peeks into the window, places his phone in his pocket, takes out a cigarette. He lights it, leans back on the window of the shop, and takes a long drag. Interior liquor store continuous. Lauren is perusing the shelf of wines. She picks up a bottle, reads the label. She crunches up her nose and puts the bottle back. She reaches for another bottle, but turns to the front of the store. There is a commotion of indistinct voices coming from the front of the store. Lauren creeps down to peer through the shelves. Teva stands in front of the checkout counter. Joey, male, 45 to 50, stands behind the counter. Joey has a perplexed look on his face.
What's that?
I wish the money.
What money?
All the money. I wish it all now, please.
What, you win a lottery? You got a ticket or something?
No ticket. I just take the money and I go.
Lauren creeps closer to the front of the store, craning her head to hear the conversation. She is still holding the wine.
I can't give you winnings without the ticket.
No, no ticket, please. Just money.
Look, buddy, if you ain't got no ticket, you don't get no money. You got to show me something.
Lauren walks up behind Teva.
I show something.
Teva pulls
show
out a gun
gun.
from his pocket.
I show you gun. You show me money.
Lauren lets out a small squeal. Teva turns on Lauren, pointing the gun at her. Lauren shoots up her arms with one hand, holding the wine.
Who you?
No one. Just a customer. Buying wine. Engagement party.
I hear first.
Oh, no, I know. You are absolutely in your rights to transact your business first.
Lady, he's holding up the gun.
Yes, I see that, and I do not want to interfere in your transaction, but I do have a question.
What you want to know? How much the wine is? I'm in the middle of a holdup. Can't you see the gun?
Teva stands between Lauren and Joey, pointing the gun back and forth between them.
Yes, I see the gun. That's why my hands are in this position. But my question is not for you.
Who else?
Well, the perpetrator of the robbery.
You want a man with a gun? You want to ask him a question?
Yes, yes. Excuse me. I was wondering where you are from.
You wish to know where I'm from?
Yes, your accent is unique. I was wondering what country you are from.
Lady, are you out of your mind?
I'm from Milagros.
Milagros? I've never heard of it. May I ask where it is?
Milagros is a very small island in Pacific Ocean.
Milagros. Have you ever heard of it?
If it ain't in the boroughs, I don't know nothing about it.
It is very small. Nobody here know it.
What is it like?
Like paradise, heaven on earth. Not like here with concrete and metal, just beach and trees, and people smile all day.
Sounds very pleasant. Is it beautiful?
Oh yes, very, very beautiful. Water is bluer than blue, clear as glass and warm. If wish food, you shake tree, and out fall coconut and bananas. If you wish fish, walk to ocean, the dolphin chase fish to your net. No net, put hands in water, fish swim to you. That is Milagro.
Oh, sounds breathtaking. Do people have weddings there?
All Milagros have weddings on Milagros.
Oh, what about tourists? Do tourists come there for weddings?
Most travelers go to bigger island. Milagros too small. That's why Milagros very clean, very beautiful, not like here.
Charming. Wouldn't you go to a wedding in such a beautiful destination?
Lady, I didn't want to go to my own wedding.
I dream to go back, be with family.
I can understand. So why don't you go back?
That's why I here. Need money. Then I go be with family.
Oh, yes, sorry, I forgot. Well, you should get on with your business. I'll just get out of your way.
Lauren slowly lowers her arms and places the wine on the counter.
I'll just get this and go.
Joey looks down at the wine, then up at Lauren. He glances at Teva, then turns back to Lauren.
20.
Lauren removes $20 from her purse and starts to hand it to Joey.
Oh, should I give it to you or to this man?
Joey looks at Teva. Teva points the gun at Joey and shrugs his shoulder.
Well, I'll just let you two work it out.
Lauren places the 20 on the counter. She then briskly hugs Teva. Teva's arms flare out as he maintains pointing the gun at Joey. Lauren picks up the wine and exits the store. Exterior, Brooklyn Street, continuous. Dan straightens up as Lauren exits the store. He flicks the cigarette away and pulls out his phone. He begins flicking through his search.
Still looking.
No need. I have found our destination.
You have? Where? How?
Milagros, a heaven on earth little island in the Pacific.
Never heard of it. How did you learn of it?
From the robber inside. He's from Milagros.
From the...
He had such
Wait,
a...
Robert, you mean the store is being held up?
That is usually what robbers do. We should get going. We have tons of work to do.
Well, we should call the cops.
The police can't help us. We need a travel agency.
But what about the store?
No problem. I have the wine. We better get going. I don't want to be late.
Lauren walks off down the sidewalk. Dan stands for a moment. He glances into the store window, then back at Lauren. He rushes off toward Lauren.
Hey.
Hilarious.
And that concludes our presentations for the night.
Oh, Eva Marie, you have to leave. Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Great
Thank
job.
you so much. You were brilliant. Thank you. You're very kind.
I have to go too, unfortunately, so I will watch the discussion after it's taped.
Oh, okay.
Thank you. Great play.
Yeah, your piece is great.
Thank you so much, everybody. Okay.
I want to say thank you to everybody. And I love
And I
watching.
wanna-
I see you soon. Take
Zev,
care.
thank you so much for jumping in last minute and considering we didn't rehearse. Oh my God, amazing job.
Yes.
And thank you to Lauren for jumping in on doing those 2 lines. I
Get ready.
appreciate it.
My name's ready.
All right, thank you. All right, I'll
Bye.
see you all later. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
So then our first one was Mr. Rex McGregor. How'd it go, Mr. McGregor?
Yeah, so this is a play that I wrote quite a few years ago, way back in 2016, after the first surprise presidency result. And it's suddenly became more relevant over the last couple of years with our president refusing to accept the result. So this is based on fact. Way back in 1916, Charles Evans Hughes was convinced that he had won the presidency for a short while. And the plan to transfer the power from President Wilson was also true. He actually did have this, you resign and you resign and I'll resign and you'll become president straight away. So it would have worked if they all agreed to it. The only bit that is fictional is the involvement of Mary Pickford. I've made that all up. So I wanted to thank my cast for bringing this to life again. Thank you.
It is
Good choice
it
of
is
Mary
interesting-
Pickford.
It's interesting that Wilson was willing to give up the presidency, whereas our 45th was still not willing to give it up.
Yeah.
For the better of America.
That's true, yeah.
How well known is this story?
Watch it till you come back again.
Sorry, Michelle, what was that?
How well known is this story?
I said he'll come back again.
So to answer Michelle, it isn't very well known. I mean, it is in the history books, but I don't think a lot of, I've presented this play quite a few times over the last couple of years on Zoom, and I haven't heard anybody's, heard the background of Wilson's plan.
It was very well done, Sandy.
Yeah, very
Paul.
interesting. Yeah.
Very, very well done. It was just gripping and commanding, and it was just an exceptionally well written play, and it was fun to watch too.
I loved adding Mary Pickford. I'm there thinking, is it going to be the Queen? Is it Mary Pickford?
A slice of history with a bit of spin. Yeah, I liked it too.
So the other thing is, I don't know how many young people have heard of Mary Pickford these days.
No, I don't
in her day, she was the most famous woman in the world because she was in silent movies. And if you think of it, before sound movies, a silent movie could get played all over the world without any subtitles. And people were really famous in those days. I mean, everybody in the world knew Charlie Chaplin and Douglas Fairbanks and Mary Pickford. But now fame is, more pigeonholed.
Yeah.
And Paul should run for presidency.
Yeah.
You make a great president, Paul.
I'm no good in politics.
I really enjoyed that.
Yes.
You don't have to say anything. You just have to turn up and smile.
And read.
That's political
read
enough.
the teleprompter, huh?
And I thought, Paul, people who have no experience of politics, I thought that was the qualification for the job. In some cases.
Yeah. Let Rex write for you. Let Rex be a writer. Then you'll get it.
Yeah.
It was fun.
It was really fun. I love, first of all, I love historical drama, but then with the comic twist of adding
The handing over of the telegram.
Yeah. Oh, that part especially was great.
Yeah, I enjoyed that. That was very good.
And the actress who played Mary Pickford, I guess she has left.
Yeah.
She is in Belgium at the moment.
Yeah.
Oh, lovely.
It is after midnight, well after midnight now. So she had to leave early. So we're pleased to have brought her in for this.
Isn't Zoom amazing that you can do that sort of thing?
Yeah.
I think it is. It just fascinates me. The people I've met all over the place, you would never ever meet. Yeah.
Absolutely.
It is fascinating.
It's like something entirely new, isn't it?
Yeah.
And did Melissa get the part through Facebook, or did you know her from before?
I actually approached quite a few actors for this role. It was actually rather hard to cast because a lot of other actors that would fit the part weren't available. So I just scrolled through your list, Stephen, on the Facebook members, and looked at a few names, and I looked at Melissa's profile, and she looked as if she'd be good for the part. So I just emailed her.
Yes. She's usually really busy because I met her when we were doing live performances in Culver City. So she would not always be there because she was always involved in something else, but she always did a great job, whatever role she picked. She worked a lot with Henry Murray, who had started this group. So I was a little surprised to see her.
It's fun.
It's good to bring new people in, I think.
Definitely.
And it's good that you can go to that list and just scroll through and see who you want to bring in. Yeah. So the second one was Mary's, and I guess Zeb is still here. So Zeb, was that your first introduction to that play? I know Mary had done it before, but I couldn't remember if she'd done it here or if it was in Culver City she did it.
I don't remember either, and I didn't want to say anything about it. I'm still getting used to the lighting where I am. I look demonic. It is not my intentions. Anyway, I was really worried the entire time I was even reading it and performing. Like, I knew exactly what performance you needed to give off as Lady Rochford, and I remember thinking, it's a pass or a fail, and I want to see, how close I get to hitting the mark. But she explained so well to me what she needed. I can only hope that I did that. I mean, all I could think of was it would be so helpful if I had ever watched a single episode of Downton Abbey, but I have not. I really felt like you gave off that vibe, and I mean that in a very nice way. I read, for what it's worth, Anne Boleyn, everybody knows the story, super popular. I read a bunch of really inaccurate versions, so I had to really separate myself from that even as I was reading it. And Mary had talked to me about the role she was playing of Lord Jerkface. That's not his name, but I forgot, and I don't care. It's about
Cromwell.
he clearly just wants power, and he wants to jerk around somebody who is, you know, young and pretty, and who he'd never be able to get. We talked a little bit about the undertones between the two of them. She did a very good job writing that as a playwright, and she's not here to accept any of my compliments. I'm irritated. I'll have to let her know at another time. But I liked the script. I knew what she was going for, and I hope I got a little bit close. And as I was reading it, I kept thinking it would be wonderful to see this staged. I know I say that constantly, but I only say it when I mean it.
Well, it's my understanding Cromwell got his comeuppance after he died. They took him out of his grave. I think they had buried him in Westminster Abbey. They hung him and tried him for treason.
Posthumously?
Yes.
That's quite a wow.
No, I think you've got the wrong Cromwell, Stephen. That's Oliver Cromwell.
Oh, okay. All right.
No, so this Cromwell in this play actually did get his head chopped off.
No.
You know, Henry, he lost favor with Henry, and Henry had him executed. That's the irony. So in Mary's play, he's the one with Thomas Cromwell is the one with all the power.
Oh, that dude.
But
okay.
it's only temporary.
No.
So, you know, when you fall out of favor with the king, that's the end of you.
Yep.
There really is no choice that she had except to answer those questions, and he was jerking her around the entire, like, how humiliating. It's one thing to watch it, but it's a totally different thing to try and communicate that with such, I don't want to say little facial expression, but what I was doing was what I would do on the stage, not on film. I don't have a lot of experience acting on film, in case you haven't noticed.
Okay.
It's like I was going through it thinking I would nail this if it were on a stage. I am not on the stage, and I don't know what to do about it.
Well, I mean, and Zoom makes that harder because you have less interaction. It's harder
That's
to
a huge
interact
part
with
of
it.
it, yeah.
Yeah.
It would make a great staged reading with really elaborate costumes.
It
For what it's
would.
worth, I feel like I mentioned
Yeah,
that I
definitely
was a
would.
semi-professional child performer from If not, let me inform you again. And they had us do a lot of like classics from the 1600s. So when I'm talking about English accents and dresses and mannerisms and being really subtle with your facial expressions, I know what I'm talking about. God damn it, I did it for 6 years. You know, and there was a running joke. You could either do a perfect British accent, upper crust London or beggar London, and they would put you in where they needed you, or you could tie a corset and breathe into a corset really well. I was the second one. I can sing for 3 minutes in one of them, and you make it even tighter, I can keep going. So that, you know, I was thinking against that background. I didn't want to say it, but I felt like it was informing my performance. I do watch, Stephen, when you post them to YouTube, I do watch performances because all of you are talented. I would like to see it again. And then I watch myself and try to, I heard somebody make the noise that I make every single time, and I have a feeling this might be a repeat. I said I would never go back to doing British classics, and here I am doing it again, thinking I'm really unprepared. But Mary's a talented
considering you
screenwriter,
guys
so credit
didn't have
goes to
a-
her. All errors and overdoneness is me. So
I would, considering that your rehearsals got glitched, I would say you did a very good job.
Very
Oh,
good
thank
job.
you.
Yes.
Yeah, it was you were twisting in the wind there, you know,
Oh, it
trying
did
to
show up good. That's exactly what I was going for.
figure out what it is, what's the right thing to say here. Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, and what a stressful situation. Yeah.
Yeah, and that play really does capture how precarious life was in those days. You say the wrong thing, you lose your head. You know, it was that dangerous.
And even if you say the right thing, it can get misinterpreted depending on what they want from you. Yeah.
Exactly right. So I
Well,
think the play actually really captures that tension, you know.
yeah,
Things really were life and death.
right. Yeah.
And Mary has this amazing presence. She's not here to hear this. She has that presence with her voice, that authority comes across so well. And the way in which she's put the dialogue together, it's really, you know, easy to listen to. And again, another slice of history. And, you know, I haven't studied history in a while yet, but it's, you know, there's, you know, so much to learn always. So it's a great story. I mean, that especially.
Well, then let's move on to
Evelyn.
another English classic, A Stinging Affair.
Yes. So glad we got to the end of it.
5 volumes, 5 volumes in one.
But you know what? I am so grateful to the group, everyone who has been involved from start to finish. They were great tonight. It was absolutely fabulous. And I was watching it and I was thinking, oh my God, these people, it's just so painful to be in your company. But we finally get to the end of it and Renee calls the shots and finishes that play. And I'm so glad that we managed to do it. Thank you, Stephen, and thank you, actors. You were brilliant.
Sure.
Marie unfortunately had to leave early, but she was great too.
Yes.
Yes, I love the cat fight, so to speak, between the two ladies. Was wonderful. And I'm sorry I didn't get to finish it. I could have ended up in a bedroom, but
Oh, but of course, there's always next time.
Yeah.
I can't put this bedroom scene. I'm not too sure about that.
it was wonderful. Great ending.
Yeah.
Everyone got their comeuppance. It was great.
Yeah.
Jasmine, I liked how this was put together, and the actors really.
Yeah.
I feel like all of you worked together in a way that was not seen until.
Oh no, Zeb.
It's frozen.
Zeb's frozen. Oh, maybe it's kicked her out.
Maybe she'll be back. Well, then I have a question. I was thinking that I had missed a scene because Michelle and Danito, they already seem to have a relationship. But from what I remember last time, the only thing that happened was this text message that got sent. But it looked like, it seemed like Tara.
No, do you remember the scene? I cannot recall which month. The scene, they were in the restaurant together, Jack and Michael, best friends at the restaurant. They were chatting, and then Jack called, you know, having an affair, therapy. And he said, and he was highly recommending it to Michael that he should have this therapy. And, you know, she's available tonight. Her name's Tara, and that's the first time she's mentioned. And Michael is like, I won't have anything to do with it. Don't you dare suggest it. Da, 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 da. So then Jack still goes ahead. And obviously Jack has decided to give him a lift, or maybe they've had a chat. So yes, there's a backstory there, but I didn't want to go too much into it because I had to condense it. Otherwise it would go on forever. And this is where he's dropped him off conveniently so that he knows where he is, so that he could be with his wife.
I understood that. It just seemed like Tara really liked Mike and thought he was a great guy, but yet this is their first meeting, isn't it?
No, because if you notice the conversation, actually, the way in which it started, it was as they had been there for a while.
Yeah, we did
Because
have some
Renee
time off
says,
screen, huh?
shall we go over it? No, let's go over it again, shall we?
Right.
That's her first line. And that is
Right,
how
so
you
the-
know that, yeah, he's been there for a bit.
But I
then
think
Right,
he's
so
Stephen
that-
brings up that point where Michael says, I've only known you for 2 minutes.
yeah, but that's just a figure of speech.
Okay.
It's
Right,
not
but the
to
scene-
be
the scene
taken
does start-
literally. You know, Emily, he's known all his life. Jack is his best friend. He thinks he knows him. And then,
Yeah.
comparatively speaking, I've only known you for 2 minutes. So it's
That's
just
what
a
I
figure of
felt. Like
speech.
I'd already been going it over and over and over with him and trying to get him to
And
see.
you cannot penetrate that bubble that where he is. You cannot even touch him, and he is like, okay, Jack is my best friend, so I listened to him. He's dropped me off. He said he's going to be back. Don't really know what's going on. And remember, when the scene opens, when this story unfolds, he's already in a mess. He's in a bad place already. So is he doing there, and why is he saying those things that he's saying? But then he's not in control of all of his faculties. And it turns out the person is, oh yes, a minute here, and the reveal starts. Oh, by the way, Fiona, because he's mentioned someone called Fiona in the beginning, and everyone's thinking Fiona's someone else, but Fiona is Emily. And then he says, oh, my other name is Helen now, because of the scene that we did a few months back, Michael and Emily, when they first meet, she's dressed to go out, and she's going out to meet Helen. Is in fact Jack.
Yeah, I thought Danito, you're when you finally realize that Fiona is Emily.
Stephen.
My second compliment and again cut off.
What?
Okay.
Oh no, your mic was a bit off beam.
Oh, okay. When Michael.
You're breaking up again.
It's my internet being unstable again, I guess.
Try again.
Okay.
I like the reveals. I like the way you revealed everything. Emily is Fiona and everything. I like the reveals.
And then when Michael finally gets it, I thought that was perfect, Danito, how you performed that. It was like
breaking out, yeah. Fiona is Emily. And how Renee just finishes them all off. Puts, how Emily says, did you nip it in the bud? Did you put her in her place? And Jack's like, yeah, of course I did. But in actual fact, Renee does it. At the end, she puts everyone in their place, calls them out, puts them in their place. Michelle, you were brilliant. Well done. You were brilliant. And that desperation. There were parts of you trying to really stand up for yourself, and then you thought, no, let's start over. And
it was amazing.
I'm Renee, I'm on a job. Michael, you are the job. That must have confused you, Michael. Even more that you're the job. You're thinking, what the hell is she talking about now?
I enjoyed our conversations. I had questions about the character because I was
Michelle did a lot of research. I was super impressed because there's a lot more. Good.
As I was learning the character, I just felt there was so much in there. To know what was the backstory to.
We had a good discussion. Yeah.
And when you started giving me information, I was like, yes. And I was like, okay, this is going to be another day devoted to how I'm going to pull that into that. I love that though. I love characterizations is everything in this play. I can't believe this was your first play.
Yeah, but I had to. Yeah. I mean, at the beginning, it was a shorter play, but then I made it longer because so many people liked it, and so many people read it, and so many people wanted to see it on stage, and so on. And then I thought, okay, well, maybe, as time goes by, you kind of tinker with it and you change a few bits here and there to make it a little bit more clear. But the characters are so strong. I mean, I really.
Was Renee always the heroine?
She was in there. Yeah. She didn't come in afterwards. She was always in there. But I may have changed a few elements of it because I love writing a lot, to the point that sometimes I thought, maybe I'm just using different words, but saying the same thing. So maybe I'll just change it here a little bit. So obviously, as a writer, you kind of go back to the table and you think, okay, let's try this again. But the characters, I just wanted to start off with a simple story, and then it just became this huge mind game. and who was going to call who out. Where, how high are the stakes for these people, ordinary people who think they know they've worked out their lives, but in fact they haven't.
Right. It was like who is going to dismantle the house of cards, And
Yeah,
and I
absolutely.
really enjoyed playing I guess it would be called a quasi-romantic part in this scene with Emily.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
and I will admit I was disappointed that I didn't get to play the asshole, the true asshole that is Jack.
But you did a great job. Thank you, Mark. You did a great job. Yeah, but Jack was, I mean, does anyone think, I know you haven't seen all of it or read all of it, but Jack is maybe the male version of Emily.
No, in the first scene that we played.
The characteristics.
In the first scene that we played.
That selfishness. Sorry, Donetta.
Jack was like telling me, I remember, he was like, hey, man, have an affair, it's really cool. And I was identifying with it. I was like thinking, yeah, he's really right, as myself, I was thinking, he has a point, but then story evolves as like,
He called it therapy though.
Yes. Yeah, he wasn't wrong, in the beginning. It's like, if Emily is treating him like this, then yeah, go out, have some fun, look for something new. But then now we have the reveal, and it turns out he's not the nice guy. He's not the cool guy. It's like he's the exact opposite.
And it's your best friend.
Sam, you have a question?
Yes, I just wanted to say, you guys, I gotta leave. If they just wondering if you guys any feedback or.
Sorry.
Yeah, we could move right into best laid plans if you like.
Yeah, actually, I have to be somewhere by 5 p.m. and then just got half an hour now. So.
Okay.
Okay. I thought it was hilarious. The hold up and the reality she was living.
I have to tell you, when I was out looking for actors, I was hoping Sam was going to do the part of Teva, just because of his accent. I wanted someone with an accent, but Chuck came in first, and I didn't hear from Sam until later, and that's why the part got put back.
Chuck did great.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, is this a real hold up?
I'm sorry I cut in there, Steve. I cut in when you were giving directions.
Well, it's perfectly fine. It's possible I didn't even need the direction at that point, but they were there.
It was fun. I like the contrasting couple. Totally different. You're gonna get married. It's like,
Yeah.
great job, Goretti.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
I don't know if I'd marry you though. But...
Oh, yes, you would, Chuck. Come on.
Some of the lines were so funny.
Yeah.
To me, just the idea of this woman just standing there having the
with
whole
a bottle of wine.
Excuse me, no,
And Beyonce waiting
And then
outside.
she didn't know who to hand the money to. I didn't jump in fast enough, but I wanted to tell Tasman that the more I hear your writing, the more versatile a writer you are. You're so versatile.
Oh, you're so kind.
When I was listening to it, I said, is that Tasman's work?
It is. I promise you it is.
Oh, I know, but I saw for the first time how versatile you are. But but going back to Stevens, it was very funny lines. Some of the lines were.
I think
laughed out loud.
when Chuck was sorry, I mean your character was talking about that island he's from. He's getting all sentimental, but he's got to focus on what he's doing at the same time.
Right.
I thought that was really funny. Yeah. And then your fiance waiting outside.
Yeah.
She's like, I got the wine and it shouldn't be this island. He's like, robbers.
Oh, and Sam,
when Sam said that?
Sam, you came in at that interruption, where robbery, and it kind of overlaid on Greta. It worked perfect.
Yeah, it worked really well.
I mean, honestly, thank you for giving me this part, Stefan.
Sure.
And also, I honestly liked I personally enjoyed playing Dan compared to the Tewa, the character you were actually thinking to give to somebody like me, because I I enjoy these random characters because and again, first of all, it was very well written script. It was funny. It was comedic, but at the same time, I appreciate that you considered diversity in your mind, and I'm glad that I got Dan, not the stereotypical Teva. Just
Okay.
saying.
All right.
Because when I say something which I have in my mind all the time is that when there is diversity, it should be diversity. Doesn't matter, where
Right.
somebody is ethnically from or not. So that's why I really enjoy being this carefree boyfriend or soon to be her husband, and this caught in his own world. So yeah.
Well, I'm glad it worked out that way. I'm glad
Yeah,
it worked out that way.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you very much for your time. I gotta hop
Nice
off.
to
now.
see you. Yeah, take
Bye.
care. See you next time.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye.
I'm going to be leaving too, so I'll see you all next time, I hope.
Oh, bye, First Lady. Bye.
Hi, Sandy.
Yeah.
Let's say goodbye and thank you
Bye.
so much. It was such a pleasure.
Oh, bye, Michelle. Thank you. You were
Bye.
wonderful. Catch up with
Hi,
you soon.
Michelle.
Stay well. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
I did want to say, Paul, in your Michelle's background, the fact that you flipped them and kept them together like that.
The background was amazing. I forgot to say that. Yeah.
Yeah, where do you get all this?
It worked.
Yeah, I
really
just
well.
I took one of the images and just put it in Photoshop and turned the horizontally.
You see, that's IT. You see, that's my
It was
weakness.
so easy. It was so easy to do, though. It was so.
Paul, do Tech 101 because I think Donetto was asking the same question. You sound far away, Donetto, so I don't think they heard you. But he was saying that where do you get these? Like, do you go to a virtual site and you pick some, or you can pick a picture from anywhere and make it?
I thought it was on Google. If you Google something,
Yeah, just do Google search, but look for images.
images.
Just
okay.
any image. It doesn't have to be something that's in some site for virtual.
You type what you're looking for, but instead of going for an all-out Google search, you say, I just want to look at images. And so it just throws up images on your screen.
Okay, great. Thanks.
Yeah, but then how do you add it into your background? Like you are there and it recognizes that you are there, and
You have to add it as a virtual background in Zoom. So you have to download it from Google onto your hard drive, and then you have to upload it to Zoom as one of your virtual backgrounds.
And don't you have to have a green screen as well behind you?
No.
It works better if you have a green
Oh, that is so true.
So that you don't pop in and out of the picture.
Yeah.
Paul, do you have a green screen?
I have a very old operating system. I have a Windows 7.
But do you have a green screen behind
Yeah,
you?
I have to. It won't work without the green screen.
Ah.
And, but I know later operating systems will work without a green screen.
I've seen it, but people will like pop in and out of the image.
Yeah,
it
does do that.
It's
Yeah,
distorting.
if the
better to
light
have-
is not right.
You're perfect. Oh, look, Chuck's back.
Yeah, that's right. I just changed it. Go to virtual. Once you've downloaded them, and then you put this little plus sign by virtual backgrounds,
Yeah.
plus go to your downloads, pick it up. But I was trying to get a store today, but now I guess I should just put images store.
Chuck, do you have a green screen behind you?
No.
Can you pop your head back 6 inches? Like nod? Okay, that's good. Yours is good. You must have a better computer than me.
It also depends on how far away he is from the wall and what's behind him. Like,
Right.
it gets blurred.
Yeah,
I'm guessing that the quality of the camera probably matters also.
Yeah, Tasman, you're darling. These were really good plays today. I mean,
yes,
I love
eclectic
historical stuff.
mix. Absolutely.
Yeah, and the way that you God, like Rex is bringing Mary Pickford into it.
Yeah.
Made that piece for me, even though the whole thing was really interesting. I just think it made it much more appealing to have that starlight.
And I love the variation tonight. Nobody sort of stepped on anybody's toes, because sometimes, you know, you could have plays on the same sort of subject matter or sort of covering that sort of area, but they were so distinctly different. And I liked that. And there was something for everyone.
Yeah.
You know, if you didn't want to watch a comedy today, there was tragedy or, you know, a dramedy or whatever. But there was something for everyone, and it was all beautifully done. I know it's Zoom and it's limited in its powers, but still, it's always great. And it's always great to meet everyone, you know, everyone in the room. It's fun.
Yeah, thank you, Stephen.
Oh,
Very
sure.
good on that one. That
Yeah,
was-
thank you,
thank you.
Stephen.
I was a little worried though when we only had 2 plays for the longest time, and Mark had posted something about, are we going to get any more plays? And so, and I had just finished. I just finished writing that one. I said, oh, well, maybe I should go ahead and post it.
Yes, definitely.
It's your gig,
successful.
Stephen. You can post as many as you like.
Yeah, your gig to do. Do what you want to do.
Writer, but I mean, if we get to a point where it's only one writer, then we have to do more. But yeah,
You could do one
Yeah,
huge
guys.
play with
Bye, Mike.
15
Bye.
actors.
Bye, Mike.
Bye, Mike. Bye, 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 bye.
Hey, Mike.
Oh, Mike was really good
Yeah.
as well. Sorry, before you go, Mike, you were very good. You were very funny.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, with some of your responses. Sorry, I should have said that earlier. You know, you're like in the middle of a holdup, and your expression, the way your face just dropped. I like that. I really enjoyed that.
I was trying to be a New Yorker.
my favorite line of his.
well done.
I didn't even want to go to my own wedding.
Yes.
That's a good lie. That was a very good lie. Well done.
Bye.
See you guys.
Okay.
Hey,
Bye, bye, bye,
Time
bye,
for me
bye,
to go
bye.
as well.
All right. Thanks for
Good night.
coming.
Bye.
Thanks,
Thank you so
everybody.
much, Stephen.
Call it a night. Hey, to the writers out there, should we do a Halloween theme?
Oh.
Yeah, why not? Yeah.
I could write about my relatives.
I've just written
vampires.
They're not here. Don't tell them.
That's scary, right?
Yes.
That's scary. Yeah, if I were to write something about mine.
Oh, look, Chuck's got a beret on. Oh, it's just okay. Halloween theme. Okay,
Have
Judy
you got something,
noted.
Desmond? Have you got
I'm sorry?
something already? Have you got a Halloween play or scene?
In one of my plays, possibly, because I wrote something called The Root of All Evil, Frederick Devereux, and I'm just wondering if there's anything scary in that. But you see, I've done many genres, but not horror. I never get excited about horror because sometimes when I watch horror, I start laughing. You know, and I can't kind of put myself in that sort of milieu. I sort of have to work harder for that. So I don't know. I mean, I'm sure Rex has loads and loads flying off the page.
It's
so I probably
interesting.
can't
A lot of
compete.
horror makes me laugh also.
Yeah.
Oh, does it?
Unless it,
I'm glad I'm not the
especially
only one.
especially if it's really far-fetched, like zombies
Exactly.
and stuff like that.
It's
You know,
like it just wouldn't happen that way. It
Yeah.
really wouldn't.
But what
happen.
really is scary is it's something that's maybe possible, or someone has some psychosis, or those sort of things are really frightening, I think.
That's why I
Yeah.
like the old movie The Birds by Hitchcock.
Hitchcock's great.
Saw that as a kid. And as you walk down the street, you see a bunch of birds along the poles. It's like, okay, walk quietly. Yeah, that was a scary movie. That was because it could happen.
It does. Horror doesn't have to be scary. It could be a comedy. It could be like Hocus Pocus. I mean, do you ever see that movie? Like, or it can be like a Halloween for children. You know, like it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be scary.
Yeah.
I suppose
Most of mine are comedies, even if they're like Halloween or comic horror.
Like the Addams Family sort of
Yeah,
genre,
that's
or,
sort
the,
of-
or,
yeah,
or,
yeah, yeah.
or the Munsters.
It
Right.
could even
Got that right?
could even
The
sort of
Munsters?
be autumnal, you know, that time of the year, sort of.
Or we could write about Trump.
No.
You
No,
could
I
write
feel
you
like
could write about a relationship where like two people are married and one of them is a werewolf, or it could be something totally ridiculous that's not scary at all.
Has anyone seen?
Putting it out there in case you don't want to write about your family, Tasman.
Has anyone seen the series Wolf Like Me?
No.
Oh, it's very good. That's very good. Yes. A man falls in love with a woman who ends up being a werewolf.
Is it on Netflix or where is it?
Most of the ones I watch are either Amazon or Netflix, but I'm not positive about that one.
Wolf Like Me. Okay.
It's a
Okay.
it's a short series.
Halloween it is. Gosh,
Okay.
hasn't October come around quick?
Yep.
I will
And then
post that today that we're doing a Halloween theme for October.
And you've got something, Stephen?
I have a few.
A few. Oh my God.
Well, one
Step
we did
ahead.
last year,
Okay.
so I'm not going to repeat that one.
I'm not surprised by that.
Is it going to be on the 30th or is it going to be the fourth Sunday?
It will be the fourth Sunday.
Okay.
Which will be
24th then.
24th, yeah.
Yeah.
I've got 23rd.
23rd, yeah.
Oh, do you? Sorry.
24th for
I was-
me.
Oh, and if anybody,
Oh, it is the 23rd. You're all right. You're all right.
so if anybody has ever participated in the New City Players Lab from Florida, they're doing a virtual reading tomorrow. They usually start around 7 East Coast time. Henry will be there, Zev will be there, Rex will be there, and I will be there.
And what is it?
When
Is
do
it
they
the full-
usually send out the scripts on that?
They sent them out today.
Oh, they did. Oh.
Yes.
And what is it exactly? Is it a full play reading? Is it
They're virtual
rehearsed?
readings. They're usually short pieces, and this time we had to include 3 zodiac signs in the script.
And are they cast in advance and rehearsed? Are we watching kind of a finished thing, or is it just
They've already been cast. They don't rehearse them. They're just cold readings.
okay? And that's tomorrow at 4 Pacific Standard, yeah? 7 you said Eastern.
Yes.
So yeah, 4.
I've done their things before. They're fun. It's a
Is
fun.
that
group.
on Zoom?
Yes.
Okay, great.
But you have to register on their website in order to get the Zoom connection.
Okay, I'll do that.
It's New City Players Lab. They're out of Florida. I think I posted it on the Facebook page.
Yeah,
It's on there, yeah.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. See you
Okay.
next time. Take care.
Take care.
Have a wonderful few weeks. Bye.
Yes,
Bye.
bye-bye.
Thank you,
Yes,
Stephen.
Stay safe, everyone.